Hi, my name is Ana Isabel Trujillo Montes de Oca, and I will talk about Bulgaria. Well, first, Bulgaria is a Balkan country located to the southeast of the European continent. Its capital is Sofia, and its currency is the levs. It has a territory of 111,000 square kilometers and a population of about 6,500,000 people, and its official language is Bulgarian. Also, Bulgaria is a parliamentary republic in which the president is the highest authority, and since 22 January of 2017, its president is Rumen Georgiev Radev. Now, Bulgaria has been a member of the European Union since 1 January 2017. From that day onwards, start to operate under the rules, provision, and cooperation mechanisms corresponding to the euro area. For example, in order for Bulgaria to develop relations with the other members of the European Union, this must be governed by the principles of the internal market and consequently by the free movement of goods. Also, there aren't tariffs and no bilateral restrictions in these relations. About the organs of the European Union, Bulgaria has 17 members of the European Parliament who are responsible together with the other members to decide on Union legislation. On the other hand, in the Council of the European Union, regular meetings are held by national ministers with a view to adopting European legislation and coordinating European policies. Various representatives of the Bulgarian government attend these meetings, depending on the policy being discussed. Also, this council has a presidency, and the last Bulgarian presidency of the council was in the period January-June 2018. Bulgaria has 12 representatives in the European Economic and Social Committee, representing employers, workers, and other interest groups, and comment on the proposed legislation in order to increase awareness of its possible impact on the employment and social situation in the member states. Each member state also makes a contribution to the budget of the European Union in relation to its resources. That is, the larger the economy of a country, the more it pays. So, Bulgaria makes this contribution. Now, about the actual situation of the country, I can tell you that the country's economy is not very good, but isn't very bad, because it is classified as a middle-income country according to the World Bank. But within the European Union is considered the poorest country and is one of the leading countries with the highest unemployment rate. But the gross domestic product and inflation have improved in recent years, and with this we can say that economic progress has been made within the country. About the country's politics, we find that this year has been a very difficult year for the Bulgarian government, since the attempt to form a new parliamentary government in April has failed to achieve this goal, and another election has now been called in the hope of achieving political stability. This situation had never been seen in the history of the country, and now has in some level of uncertainty the whole country. On the current social situation in the country, it's important to mention that Bulgaria has been facing a terrible corruption situation for several years, even though it had to correct this situation as a requirement for accession to the European Union. It hasn't succeeded. Also, another problem facing the country is the significant population decline. due to the fact that many people go abroad to seek better opportunities. And although the birth rate has declined, increases are expected in the coming years. Bulgaria is a country facing many social problems, and with all the political crisis that it's going through, it's even more difficult to take the necessary measures to be able to move forward in these aspects. But it's hoped that the next government can solve this in the best way. Now I can recommend some strategies to be able to solve all the problems facing the country, but it's important to say that this can change in terms of the perspective of each person and especially in the knowledge within the area. First, they must begin by solving the head of the country, that is, the political problem. It's essential the establishment of an effective government, capable of addressing every problem and capable of doing so. If you have good governance and a proper administration, many problems will cease, so it's important that in the next elections you get a fixed government. Also, the government should establish a period of analysis of the country from time to time to see the progress in its macroeconomic and social indices and to be able to establish strategies and make decisions that will lead them to improve the situation of the country. Another key point is to encourage young people to stay in the country so that they can support the development of the country. Also, the government should establish programs to promote the main economic sectors such as industry and minerals, and for the promotion of exports to increase incomes and achieve a surplus within the trade balance. Basically, and as I mentioned, it all boils down to good governance and good administration within the country. In short, Bulgaria is a good country with many opportunities, but it's currently going through various situations that prevent it from growing. I hope that they will soon find solutions to all this and that they will be able to grow economically and socially because it definitely has the potential to be a great economy. Well, that would be all from me. Thank you for your attention.